Hello and welcome. I'm Lindsay, the National Educator for evanhealy, and I'm here today with our incredible holistic estheticians to share with you our heart-centered spring skin ritual. Today, I'm joined by Jennifer Bertrand, Dorothea Johnson, Courtney Cox, Shirley Jo Aiken, and Joan Shure, and we are going to walk you through a heart-centered spring skin ritual featuring 2 different cleansing techniques: facial massage, Gua Sha, meditation, clay mask, and our signature oil and water ritual. So when we think about spring and the changing of the seasons, we're thinking about Mother Earth and honoring all mothers. We also think about all of the different flowers that are blooming. We think about the movement that we see in the spring. The days are getting longer and the buds are forming on the trees. Flowers are starting to bloom, and there's so much happening, so much energy and so much vitality. We think of it as rebirth. And when we think about seasonal skin, we're thinking about how the changing of the seasons affects our skin and our bodies. And so our body is always ever adapting to our environment. And so coming out of winter, the stillness, the coldness of winter, where there's not a lot of movement, where things are starting to come alive in the spring, we also want to bring some of that movement to our skin. So we think about cleansing, we think about clay masking, thinking about revitalizing the skin and alleviating any stagnancy. We also think about a little bit of a change in the humidity, a little bit of change in the environment in terms of dryness. And so we're thinking about maybe lightening up our oils or enlivening our oils a little bit to bring forward something new, something that we are thinking about and manifesting, like our skincare routines. We think about planting seeds for the skin that we want tomorrow. Just like ancient traditions revered the changing cycles of the sun and how that determined when they were planting, when they were harvesting. In the same way, we can kind of think about that when we want to manifest different things in our lives. So I hope you've all have had the chance, since spring is well on its way, to smell the hyacinths or lilacs blooming, or experiencing some tulips in their vibrancy popping out of the ground. One of my favorite things to see and always makes me think of spring. So we just experienced the flower moon as well. This flower full moon honors the flowers. And so we're looking towards heart-centered ritual here today, honoring mothers and Mother Earth. So there's a beautiful focus on rose and our replenishing rose drops, as well as Heart of Summer Hydrosol that features lemon verbena, rose geranium, and lavender. And so it is such a treat to share this ritual with you today. So at this moment, I am going to bring on our first guest, Jen. Jen is going to walk us through our oil cleansing and intention setting. So welcome to spring, everyone, and welcome, Jen.
Hi, Lindsay. Thank you so much for bringing us all together today. Rose is the perfect plant ally to rely on during this time. With the weather turning hot, rose is so cooling and hydrating and deeply supportive of the heart space. Showing love to ourselves helps us be more able to radiate love into the world and the people around us. I've set the tone for my ritual with the lovely rose perfume. I've already applied it to my skin, and now I'm going to take a deep inhale here and literally smell the roses. And a deep and complete exhale. Our intention today is this: may all beings everywhere be happy and free. Feel your heart expand with each inhale and soften with each exhale. As we go through the ritual, if your attention strays, you can come back to your breath and come back to our intention. One more time. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. For our first cleanse, I'll be using the Nourishing Cleansing Oil. And I'm mixing it with a few drops of replenishing rose drops. This is such a yummy combination. I love the indulgence of adding an oil serum to my cleanser. You just need such a small amount. So I'm gonna add some water, massage into the face and the neck, and be sure to go all the way up to the hairline. This is an often neglected area of the face. Gonna add some more water. Always add more water than you think you need. All of our cleansers are really concentrated. Now I can remove with a warm washcloth. And I'm gonna finish up with some harder summer hydrosol. My hands are slippery, so I'm gonna hold it with both hands. Thanks to everyone that's here with us, watching. And now I'm going to pass it on to Dorothea.
Thank you, Jennifer. That was so relaxing. I want to show you a wonderful, the second cleanse with the rose cleanser. The first thing you always want to do, you always want to wet your face. And we're going to be using the rose cleanser. 1 pump is all that you need. Of course, you're going to mix it with water. It's so creamy, very, very creamy. You just take your time and tell yourself, I am free. Relax. Take your time. Inhale the scent of the roses, which are very, very, very uplifting. I wear a little makeup, so I always concentrate on my brows sometimes. So I'll wear brow pomade. I make sure that everything is removed from those. And I wear shadow. And I always make sure I do my eyes the opposite way in the oval bone area. The center of the nose gets a little congested. And here, the jawline. Then you want to just towel it off with a wet cloth. You don't want to tear your skin, just be very gentle with it. Keep inhaling that wonderful scent of that rose cleanser. Make sure you go over your lids, make sure you don't leave any soap there. And then that would be the second cleanse. And I'm going to pass it on now to Shirley Jo. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dorothea. That was so beautiful. Such a lovely cleanse. And I'm going to lead us through a facial massage. And I'm going to be using our beautiful Sweet Blossom body oil. This is such a sensual and relaxing aroma. And our Heart of Summer hydrosol. This is such a beautiful trifecta of 3 different plants. Our rose geranium, our lavender, and lemon verbena, which really encapsulates the smell of the summer. And I'm just going to begin by giving myself a nice misting of the hydrosol so that my skin can take a nice drink of pure plant therapy water. I'm just going to press it in. Get my skin nice and saturated and ready to receive the nourishing plant oils. And I'm going to use our Sweet Blossom body oil, and it is an oil formulated for the body, but it is facial quality, so you can feel confident in using it. At this time, you could always add in another whipped shea butter or one of our luscious body butters, but I'm just going to be using the Sweet Blossom, and I put about a 1/4 size amount because I like a lot of slip. And I'm really just going to warm it up in the palms of my hands. And first and foremost, I want to take a nice deep inhalation. Oh, smells like summer. And just breathe in that beauty and just exhale any tension that I'm feeling in my body. And I'm going to begin by distributing the oil evenly all over my face, just so I have a nice even amount all over. And I'm going to bring it down into my neck just to help stimulate some circulation and get my lymphatic channels open so that I can remove any puffiness, any stagnation, any toxins, get that going. And I'm going to come up with my full palm, go above the bridge of my nose with a nice full palm. And I'm just going to move up in nice, even, steady strokes. We really like to go in nice, slow motions when we do our self-massage to help to calm and soothe our nervous system up into the crown, right over that third eye, the Anja Mudra, which is just this beautiful marma point right in the center of your forehead, a little bit down actually between your eyebrows, the third eye. And then I'm gonna go across my forehead with my full palms. And I like to think of just smoothing away any tension, any worry, any stress that I might be carrying in my forehead as I go along horizontally with my full palm. Moving right down into the temple area. Remembering to breathe and exhale. Once I get to my temples, I want to do some figure 8 motions. And if you feel like it, you can really move into the whole temple area, into your hair. If you don't mind getting oils in your hair, I never do. These nourishing oils are so great for the scalp, for the hair. And then I'm going to come right under my eyes with my ring finger and my middle finger. And I'm just going to gently slide and sweep any congestion or any fluids that might be sort of pooling underneath my eyes, eye bags, moving out that lymphatic fluid, gently sweeping motion. And just bring it on down to the lymphatic drainage areas. And then I'm going to come up and you're going to feel a little indentation right underneath the beginning of your eyebrow in the orbital bone. And I'm just going to pull up and come around, and again, sort of pull up on the eyebrow, all around the orbital bone, come back around, up again. The orbital bone really does just feel so good when you apply pressure to it, really helping to relieve stress and tension that we carry around our eyes, especially when we're on the computers a lot, reading. And I'm going to use my ring fingers, and I'm going to come along and you press gently along the orbital bone, just gently helping to remove some of that lymphatic fluid and revive and brighten the eye area. Coming up to my temples again, always giving love to my temples. And now I'm going to come down here and just come along the cheekbone area. But first I want to work in the middle area of the nose here just to relieve any sinus congestion that might be there. And again, on the sides of the nostrils, just to press that area really helps to alleviate any congestion or any pressure that you might have in your sinuses. Such a great area, and I really love that area. Just giving it some attention and some love. And then coming again right under the cheekbones, almost like you could just put the weight of your face into the tips of your fingers as you're coming up. Really feel the stress just melt away. Knowing we're really bringing a lot of circulation to our face now, to our skin, some nice fresh blood. And then I'm going to just come right here on my chin, and I'm going to utilize this nice strong part of my palm as I come up, and I just massage the jaw area, which is just a very strong muscle that holds a lot of tension. And I always just do it until I just feel intuitively that I don't need to do it anymore. And some days it's more, and some days it's less. And now just some nice broad sweeps. Coming down. Let's do some work behind the ears. You can always scissor your fingers like this and come up. And then also come behind the ears, and you feel the bony area. If you want to do some nice circular motions, there's a lovely marma point right here that really helps to relieve inner ear tension, stress, and fatigue. And just feels so wonderful. And then you can just come on down to the lymphatic drainage areas, bringing your hands down as far as you'd like. Then on the other side as well. Sliding down. To the collarbone. And now we're just going to come right back up again. And just give our third eye a little bit more attention with the ring finger. If we want to come to our third eye area and just make some nice spiraling motions outward in clockwise circles. And then back inward, the nice light pressure. Helping to clear our perception and keep our third eye nice and bright. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and spray some more hydrosol. Take a nice inhalation. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. And I'm going to pass things on to Courtney, who is going to lead us through some Gua Sha. Thank you.
Thank you, Shirley Jo, for helping us get some blood flow moving, help some circulation, and also just calming our nervous system. Now I'm going to continue on with this flow by doing a little Gua Sha ritual. Gua Sha is an ancient Chinese medicine practice. It's been used for hundreds of thousands of years. Now today I chose a little rose quartz because rose quartz is the stone of the heart. So this is what's enhancing self-love and compassion, and definitely what we're looking for in this little ritual here today. So I have my rose quartz Gua Sha. They come in all sorts of different shapes and sizes. I picked mine here today, little teardrop shape. So we are going to start right here at the third eye where Shirley left us off. Let's start with a nice hydrosol saturation, even though we just finished with one. Take a big deep breath. I'm going to use the replenishing rose drops. Do just probably about 2 to 3 drops in your hands, emulsifying. There's no rules here. You can use more or less. Pressing it into your skin. Long, full, deep breaths. Now, I'm going to take my tool right here at our third eye. I'm going to start right at this little rounded point and pull all the way up into my hairline and give it a little wiggle. Unlike how Gua Sha is used on the body, it's nice and soft on the face. We're just using a little bit of the edge there and a wiggle at the top, pulling up at the brow ever so slightly, all the way over to the temple. A wiggle up there in the hairline. Now I'm going to take this edge side and just pull that flow down. What Gua Sha is really great for is just removing that stagnant chi, which is the force of life energy. So we're just moving that life energy through our skin. It tends to get a little bit caught in our stresses, in our tension. So again, I'm just taking it to the other side here, going up into the hairline, up into the hairline, give it a little wiggle. Taking the rounded part here, having my hand there is kind of like an anchor of support. Do this about 4 times, I would say, whatever feels intuitive and right. Just finish with the forehead here. Now moving down the face, I'm going to come right under the eye here. Using that curved edge, once again, I'm going to put a little tiny bit of scoop of pressure into our fold here of our cheek, and then we're nice and light right under the eye. In the eye here is where we really want to put the lightest pressure because it is the thinnest area of skin. And then we can do a little bit more of a scoop as we are traveling up the side of our face and our cheeks, on top of the lips, underneath. A little wiggle. This is where we tend to hold the majority of our tension and stress. So if you do feel the need to give it a little extra wiggle or put a little bit more pressure right there where your jaw connects with your earlobe, feel free to do so, pulling it along my jawline, a little bit of tension with my fingers that are anchoring right on the top. Now we're going to go flow down. So we're just moving this chi, move it along to flow with the rest of our bodies, connecting our face and our skin with the whole. You're welcome to get deep here underneath the back of the ear where we do hold on to a lot of tension and stress as well. And then just a little wiggle all the way down to the collarbone here. So from here, I'm going to go right to the other side, right here at the bottom of the nose, but also scooping a little bit right at the cheek, anchoring with the fingers and giving a little wiggle. I'm going to do just a light touch right under the eyes, pulling it all the way up to the temple. Nice and light. Puffiness, dark circles. This will help move that flow around. And back here under our cheeks, all the way over to our earlobes. Give it a wiggle. Let's do this a couple times. On top of the lip. All the way over to that jaw connect where we tend to hold a lot of tension, give it a little wiggle. And then we're just flowing all the way down our neck onto our collarbone, working in those areas where we hold a lot of tension. Now, as soon as I finish Gua Sha, what I like to do is finish again with some hydrosol. Take a nice deep breath. You're welcome to take some more rose replenishing drops if you feel like you could use a little extra moisture, or big deep breaths. Letting the blood flow. Connecting with that life force energy. Self-loving. Opening our heart chakras. Thank you so much for spending this Gua Sha time with me. I would love to pass you on to Joan, who will finish us off with all the perfect moods.
Thank you, Courtney. That was so awesome. I was doing it with you the whole time. So let's do a mask. So lately, I've been really getting into applying my clay with my hands, our beautiful tools that are just part of our body. So what I'm doing, that was about 4 drops of the replenishing rose drops. And then I'm going to do a couple pumps of our sea algae serum. So just giving a really nice firming boost to this mask. And then a little bit of rose clay. Oops, I should have done the hydrosol first. Just cup it so it doesn't spray everywhere. And so mixing this up into a thin paste. I'm gonna apply this all over my face with our beautiful intention. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Applying our skincare with this really deep intention. It's just a really beautiful way for deep self-care. I'd like to take you through a little meditation while our mask dries. Before that, though, I just want to share a little quote from Evan. This was actually from 2013, and it's such a really cool quote. So, meditate. Did you know that meditation relieves oxidative stress? That means it decreases oxidation in our bodies, which means meditation is an antioxidant. Cultivate a peaceful face. Like, how perfect is that? Let's just do a few sprays of hydrosol into our mask. And I invite you to lay down as we do a little mini sound bath and meditation together. So just attuning to the parts of your body that are touching the floor. And just feeling Mother Earth support you so that you can relax and release a little deeper. Let's take some deep breaths together. Take a deep, expansive inhale into lowest belly through your nose. Hold at the very top of your breath and then sip in a little bit more through your mouth and hold it. On your exhale, do a soft sigh. So when we sigh softly, we're letting our bodies know that we're coming into rest and digest, right? We're not sighing softly when we're stressed out or in fight or flight. So it's just like a little cue for our brains that we're coming into rest, relaxation. And in this space, this is where homeostasis happens, when we heal, when we balance. So again, 2 more. Take a deep, expansive inhale into lowest belly. Pause at the top of the breath. Sip in a little bit more through your mouth. Hold it. And then we sigh out. Just feel your body releasing. One more time. Breathe into lowest belly. Pause at the top. Sip in a little bit more through your mouth and hold it. Let it go. Just take your attention to your heart center. Just imagining a rose. And on your inhale, imagine the rose blooming. And on your exhale, just feel that energy, that heart, that love energy extending through your entire physical body, blessing all your cells. Inhale, breathe into your heart, see the rose blossom. On your exhale, bless your mind, bless your thoughts, relax your mind, and feel that calming, cooling rose energy. Inhale into your heart. Bloom your rose. On your exhale, blessing your emotional self. Extending love, comfort, and compassion to yourself. Inhale, bloom your heart. Exhale, blessing the town or city that you live in. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Inhale into your heart, bloom that rose. Exhale, blessing the state that you live in and all that live there. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Inhale, breathe in long. Exhale, just blessing the entire country. All beings free. Inhale, breathe in long. See your blossoming heart and blessing whoever you feel could use some blessing. Sending your love, your compassion. Take the next few breaths, sending this heart energy to whoever you would like to. For this last one, let's imagine we're in space and we're looking at the entire world. Breathe into heart center, blessing the entire world. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Feel free to stay, just relaxing. I'm going to remove the mask now. So just full saturations of hydrosol. And take a little linen washcloth. Rose contains the softness as well as vulnerability, as well as the beauty of boundaries. Rose is the balance between the two. It's open and loving, but with the resources to protect. It's balanced and whole. We should all aspire to be roses in the world. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life somehow contribute to that happiness and that freedom for all. I'd like to invite everyone to come on back.
Thank you so much, Joan. That was so incredible. My heart is so full. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, all of these beautiful estheticians. Thank you for showing and sharing your love and wisdom with us all. This healing energy transcends this moment in time. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And we're so grateful to have you in our EvanHealy family. Thank you.
Thank you.